Here is a screen. On the left, GPT-5 answers a simple question. The reply is short, correct, and completely lifeless. On the right, the exact same question, same model, same account, but this answer sounds like a person who actually cares about what you asked. Same brain, two completely different personalities. By the end of this video, your ChatGPT will stop sounding like a customer support bot and start sounding like the assistant everyone missed after GPT-4 got replaced. The reason this works is simple, and almost nobody talks about it. GPT-5 was never trained to be cold. It was trained to be efficient, safe, and fast. And somewhere in that process, the warmth got treated as optional. Which means the warmth is still in there. It's just turned off by default. Today, you're going to turn it back on, step by step, with the exact settings and the exact wording that flips the switch. Before we get into the first setting, do 3 things right now. Tap like, because it tells the platform this video is actually useful, and that's the only reason more people will see it. Drop a comment with the word warm if you've ever gotten a ChatGPT answer that felt like it was written by a robot reading a manual. And subscribe, because the next 2 videos in this series go even deeper into settings almost no one uses. Now let's fix your ChatGPT. The first thing you need to understand is that personality in ChatGPT is not one switch. It's a stack of 4 layers, and most people only ever touch one of them, which is why their fixes never stick. Layer 1 is the personality preset. Layer 2 is custom instructions. Layer 3 is memory. Layer 4 is what you say inside the conversation itself. We're going to build all 4 in order, and by the time we're done, they'll reinforce each other instead of fighting each other. Layer 1, the preset. Open your settings, go to personalization, and look for the tone or personality section. You'll see a row of presets. Things like default, friendly, efficient, professional, candid, quirky, and a couple of sharper options like cynical or nerdy. Most people either leave this on default or randomly click friendly and expect magic. Here's what actually happened when GPT-4 felt warm to you. It wasn't just friendly, it was also a little slower, a little more willing to explain its reasoning, a little more willing to sit with an idea instead of rushing to the bullet points. So don't just pick friendly, pick friendly, then look for the sliders underneath it, the ones that control warmth, humor, formality, and emoji use. Push warmth up, push formality down, but not to 0, because 0 formality reads as try-hard instead of natural.
Leave humor around the middle, unless you specifically want a witty assistant, because too much humor turns useful answers into stand-up bits. This preset layer changes maybe 30% of what you're chasing. The other 70% lives in the next layer, and this is the part almost nobody does correctly. Layer 2, custom instructions. This is the field where you tell ChatGPT who it's talking to and how you want it to behave. And the mistake almost everyone makes is writing something vague like, be warm and friendly. That sentence does almost nothing, because warm means a different thing to the model than it does to you. You have to translate the feeling into rules. Here's a template you can paste directly into the custom instructions box, and I'll walk through why every line is there. In the "What would you like ChatGPT to know about you" field, write something like this. I'm someone who values clear thinking, explained in a human voice, not a corporate one. I'd rather read 4 honest sentences than 10 hedged ones. In the "How would you like ChatGPT to respond" field, this is where the real engineering happens. Write, respond like a thoughtful person talking to a friend who happens to be smart, not like a support agent reading from a script. Use natural phrasing and contractions. Don't write "it is" when "it's" sounds more human. Open with a direct answer or reaction before you explain your reasoning. Don't bury the point under 3 sentences of setup. Avoid stacking disclaimers. If a caveat matters, say it once, briefly, and move on. Default to short paragraphs over bullet lists, unless I specifically ask for a list. Show a little personality, a light opinion,
a touch of curiosity, instead of staying perfectly neutral on everything. That last line matters more than people realize. GPT-5's default posture is neutral to the point of sounding scared to have a perspective, and one sentence telling it to have a mild opinion changes the entire texture of its writing. Save that, start a brand new chat, and ask it something ordinary, like advice on a gift for a friend's birthday. Compare that answer to what you would have gotten an hour ago. You'll notice it immediately. Now here's the warning, the part where most people undo everything they just built. The single biggest mistake with custom instructions is cramming in too many rules at once. People paste in 15 instructions covering tone, formatting, length, vocabulary, and structure, and the model starts contradicting itself because Rule 6 quietly fights Rule 11. Keep your instructions to somewhere between 5 and 8 clear rules. Every rule should describe a behavior, not a vibe. Sound human is a vibe. Use contractions and open with a direct answer is a behavior. If you only remember one thing from this section, remember that. Behaviors, not vibes. The second common mistake is testing your new instructions in an old conversation instead of a fresh one. Older threads sometimes carry momentum from earlier in the chat, so the tone drifts back toward however that conversation started. Always test a personality change in a brand new chat first, and once you're happy with it, it will carry forward into your existing conversations too, so you're not stuck starting over every time. Layer 3, memory. And this is where most tutorials stop, but it's actually where the real personalization happens. Memory isn't just for facts like your job or your dog's name. You can directly train the model's voice through correction. The next time ChatGPT gives you an answer that feels stiff, don't just accept it and move on. Type this, exactly. That felt robotic. Here's what I actually wanted. And then paste an example of the tone you liked better, even if it's just 2 sentences you wrote yourself. Do this 3 or 4 times over a week, and the model starts building a working model of your preferred voice that goes beyond anything a static instruction can capture. This is the difference between telling someone your taste once and actually giving them feedback in real time. 1 correction is a suggestion. 4 corrections across different topics is a pattern the model can generalize from. Layer 4, and this is the fastest one, but people skip it because it feels too simple to matter. Inside any single conversation, you can reset tone instantly with 1 line. Just say, match the tone of your last 2 sentences for the rest of this chat. Then write those 2 example sentences yourself in the style you want. This works because the model is extremely good at pattern matching from a nearby example, better than it is at interpreting an abstract description. Show, don't just tell. Let's put all 4 layers together on a real example, because theory without a demonstration is worthless. Imagine you're writing a message to a coworker to say you're pushing a deadline back. Before any of this, GPT-5's default answer sounds like this. I understand you need to adjust the deadline for this project. Here is a professional message you can send. Please let me know if this works for you. Technically correct, completely forgettable, could have been written by anyone about anything. Now, with the preset adjusted, custom instructions in place, and a couple of memory corrections behind it, the same request produces something closer to this.
Hey, I need to push our deadline by a few days. Work ran longer than I expected, and I'd rather ask now than surprise you later. Does Thursday still work on your end, or should we look at early next week instead? Notice what changed. It opens with the actual point instead of a throat-clearing summary. It sounds like a person made a decision and is now communicating it, not like a template with your name swapped in. It ends with a real question instead of a generic offer to help further. That's the target you're building toward with every setting we just covered. Here's the one adjustment that made the biggest difference for me personally, and it's the kind of thing you won't find in most guides. Add a single line to your custom instructions that says, don't hedge with phrases like, it's worth noting, or it's important to remember. If something is worth saying, just say it. That one sentence eliminates almost all of the filler language that makes GPT-5 sound like it's protecting itself instead of talking to you.
It's the single highest impact rule in the entire template, because hedging language is responsible for most of what people describe as robotic. I test new AI deals every week. If a new free method comes out, you'll see it here first. That's a better reason to stick around than any generic subscribe request, because it's a specific promise, not a formality.
If you want your ChatGPT to sound consistently like this across every device and every conversation, do 3 things before you close this video. Set the preset and sliders first, because that's your baseline. Write the 5 to 8 behavior rules in custom instructions, because that's your structure. Then correct it in real conversations for about a week, because that's what turns a good setup into a voice that actually feels like yours. Most people watch a video like this, nod along, and never open their settings. Don't be most people. Open the app right now, before you move on to anything else, and make the first change while it's still fresh in your head. That's the video. If it actually changed how your ChatGPT sounds, come back and tell me in the comments what the before and after felt like. I read every one of them. See you in the next one.